on to the next speaker.
Thank you, Uncle Jet. As a professional, Uncle Jet, I will draw mentioning Padare, but I want to withdraw my statement that CCC pull out of this. I'll try to talk to some few people. I'll try to talk to what Monzola thinks today. I'll be meeting Douglas Monzola in Manchester today and ask him as well as a political leader, what does he think
Where are
about
you
this?
meeting him? Where are you
Um,
meeting him?
I'll inbox you. I'll give
All
you
right,
the
all right, all
inbox.
right, all right,
I'll
all right,
inbox you if you are free. We can meet him. I'll
all right.
ask him what he thinks so that you know. We honest enough, I think Uncle Jed it's high time as Zimbabweans to work together and say this is not right. We cannot allow someone a chick and Jill to come from Norway. One go to Hansi. I mean, anyway, I asked you a question. Chabangu, no Mziba, Uganditi, I only knew him the other day. So why is the Speaker of Parliament will accept such a? I don't know. Uncle Jed, I lose my temper when I talk about the issues of Zimbabwe. I know how people of Zimbabwe are suffering. Thank you. I'll be here.
Thank you very much. I appreciate. I appreciate. Right. Mm. Right. Okay. Right. 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 Okay. 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 I just apologies. Apologies. Right. Thank you. Just a second. Okay. Right. Um. Right. So the next person that I'm going to be calling upon, I want to hear a female voice, for a change. Jay Ella, can you take the mic, please?
Hi, Jared. Sorry, you don't see us often here, women, because we are busy. Tivan action. You just saw what Beatrice Mteto was doing out there protesting. Nobody following her, not even one single guy. But anyway, really, I only just came up to say, that the title of this space, Senges or whatever his name is, expels Nelson Chamisa. It's one thing to write a letter to Mudenda, who we know is ZANU-PF, and yes, although he shouldn't, he will act in whatever way benefits ZANU-PF and actually uh, call for the recalling of um, elected MPs. But it's another thing to say this person who's purporting to expel Nelson Chamisa has actually expelled him, because on what grounds, basically. So I'm just saying that this title, I think it's a little bit too much. Yes, it's your space, but I think people of Zimbabwe right now are really going through a lot. People are suffering. People are going through a lot. People are dealing with all kinds of trauma. People are still dealing with the way this sham election went about. So I'm just saying that for the with that in mind, I don't know, the title it doesn't sit well with me, but anyway, it's your space, right? uh as for the likes of Anapedi, Pedi knows himself. He knows what I'm talking about. I honestly think that yeah, we need to call things as they are. This person is just purporting to say, I've written this letter and I've done such and such. We can't be accepting of every clown, or of any clowns. We just can't be accepting. We can't be people who just accept that. So we just need to reject such kind of things. And Freelance, my brother, I don't even know what conversations you're going to have with Jackie. But anyway, hey, that's you on that end. Really, that's really all I want to say is we just need to stop paying attention to these clowns. Yes, what they're doing, we're in a banana republic, guys. Yeah, it's absolutely going. Yes, Paddy, we're in a banana republic. It's going to. That's why you see all these things that go on. You have people actually taking it seriously or wanting to make us take it seriously or believe that this is actually what it is. Yet the list of those things on that letter, all that whole list, it's a list, that we've heard from Marakashi, I guess they were trying to condition people. It doesn't work. If you're trying to condition us for when you actually bring out this letter in the name of Sengezo, it just won't work, guys. This is your doing, and we're just tired of the BS, pardon me, but that's what it is. It's Banana Republic kind of stuff. And at some point it just needs to stop, like, who the hell are you? Who the hell are you? So Uncle Jet, I don't really have much to say besides that. And as for clowns like Petty, honestly, I just don't think he even deserves the space, honestly. But again, it's your space. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Thank
it's
you very
crazy.
much, for that. I have put, that topic because it is the reality, that is obtaining, my sister. It is what is there. It is what, this guy is purporting, to have said. It is the letter, that is out there. So we are tackling, this letter here. We are looking at this letter here. I'm not saying that, he has expelled, Nelson Chamisa, from the party, but he's saying that, he expelled, Nelson, Chamisa from the party. So we want people to react. We are looking for the reaction that is befitting, that must come to this individual. I said from the beginning that if you look at the recall letter, we dismiss that letter. And we're even saying that how can this individual here with an SG who appointed him to be, at that station, and right now he has made a decision to recall sitting, MPs, and that, decision has been acted, upon. That is the reality of, of what is currently obtaining. That is the reality right now. That is making people be emotional, right now. Because these things, my sister, these things, I can make a conclusion that whatever it is that is going on, there is a whole attempt and an effort to obliterate this political party that is called CCCCC. They want to destroy, the political party. They want to destroy the person of Nelson Chamisa. But now, will they succeed in destroying the person of Nelson Chamisa? Will they succeed in destroying the political party that is called, CCCC? At the present moment in time, we have got this individual who is self, titled himself to be the Secretary General. Tomorrow he's going to be on ZFM. He's going to be heard by folks in Zimbabwe, by those folks that won't be on Twitter Spaces, but those that tune in to radio in Zimbabwe. They are going to be. We have to speak directly about him, and if there's anyone who wants to challenge him directly, we have to allow that opportunity for that to happen, my sister. Thank you very much, for that. But let us move on, and I want to call upon Lord Master. Take the mic, please.
Thank you very much. Very nice day today. Good weather to relax. Uh, you know what? When it comes to Tendai BT, I'll tackle one by one. Tendai BT has not yet announced that he's out of Triple C, but Tendai BT is forming his own political party. His statement is very clear that he's not a president of any party or within any political party. He left Triple C when he realized that it had become
Where is the evidence that he left Triple C?
You get it very, very soon. He is almost close to announcing, so give him time. That's one thing. The second
And
part,
you are privy to this information is
relax. You
no, I need to find out. Yeah, of course.
very, very soon you'll be hearing information. So give it a few more weeks, close to a month. You'll get the information. That's one. The second aspect to this is Triple C has no constitution. Anyone who says to align himself with Triple C can assign himself a position regardless of what branch they hold. So, what's his name? Sengezo, whoever he is, has legitimate right to say he is the Secretary General of Triple C and can still expel Nelson Chamisa. Whether you like to call it constitutionally or whatever the case may be, or rules of engagement, those are the rules of engagement that Triple C have put into motion. Chamisco arurumane chaka gadzira ega. You get what I mean? He fixed something that he thought he would fully control, and unfortunately, he does not have that amount of power. Right. Hence, you've seen that when he personalized Triple C, the likes of Anna, all of his vice presidents have never said anything. And they've kept quiet because they slowly got out because they saw how toxic the environment was. BT just had an interview some time back. You heard what he said. BT got disgruntled, got annoyed, and he's a mature man. He's not just going to come out public and say, I'm leaving Triple C. He will gradually leave Triple C in a smart, sophisticated way because he still needs the electorate to trust him. Because right now, the majority are trusting Nelson Chamisa. So Triple C on its own is about to bite a very bitter pill. And Nelson Chamisa is solely to blame for everything that is happening in Triple C. Those that think it's time to get out of parliament are living in Alice in Wonderland. Once you are in it, you are in it, right? If they say they're out, they'll simply be removed. The Speaker of Parliament is non-partisan. He works for the Republic of Zimbabwe. They will be forced to
But we
institute.
know that he sits in the Politburo of ZANU-PF.
When this is the thing, when you're holding offices, we've got the president of ZANU-PF. I don't care about him. I've got the president of Zimbabwe, Emerson Mnangagwa, His Excellence. I care about him.
No,
right?
I am saying, will it not
Those
be?
are
No, listen. I'm saying, will it not be ideal that this individual, right, is now the Speaker of Parliament, and he should then relinquish in other, like what we have in other areas whereby you have a Speaker of Parliament that is, to be aligned with the political party that brought them, into Parliament, because they are now assuming a role, non-partisan, a role.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. Citizens, this is what is happening. I hope you can hear me, and we just lost the connection there.
That are influenced by the political party.
There is the ability to be able to distinguish between offices. Right, one can hold 15 different offices and be able to execute his duties non-partisan and in a fair manner. Jacob Mdenda, I believe, and in all honesty, has been at the most power of any political player in Zimbabwe, to be fair, in terms of how they conduct or any political squabbles or discussions, and ensure that he leads accordingly as per the constitution demands him to do, which is exactly what he did when the Zengezo brought up that he accepted it on the basis of what the constitution mandates him to do, right? The man has fully indicated himself who he is, and there's nothing to say he is not what he's claiming to be, right? I believe he did his due diligence and identified the alliance between him and the political party he claims to represent as such. That is why those MPs were expelled, because that is again within the constitution of Zimbabwe. Kanosna constitution is a political party. This is exactly what you're going to face. They are very fortunate that the guy did not recall all of them at once. He could have done that, and we could have been in a mayhem right now, working on what you call by-elections, because that is what Nelson Chamisa has brought us to. In conclusion, I'll say this. Nelson Chamisa needs to all don't know the Bible and come clean, accept defeat, work within his political party to fix it and make it a political party and not a Chamisa Chete kind of institution, his own company. After that, then he comes back to the electorate and say, now we've got a political party. Then you won't see people watching Disama Secretary General expelling people. Up until that, Nelson Chamisa is just playing selfish cards. Uncle G, we talked about it last
But
week.
Andy is a fake. Andy, that has been dismissed as fake. Even Jonathan Moy has posted that it's fake.
No, Jonathan Moy. Who is Jonathan Moy? Jonathan Moy is an old cadre. He is
but-
nothing.
But who are you as well to want to be
No,
commenting, on
but
something?
I can listen to you, but not what his name, Jonathan Moy. I would listen to your tweet. Less more of Jonathan Moy. I'm going to be frank with you. Jonathan Moy is out of the radar, out of touch, old news. Others now is an old man who needs to sit down and keep quiet.
Right.
I would listen to you more. Thank you.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Let me go to the next speaker. I want to call upon Kule Mkanya. Magasimbe. Mkanya.
Unendoro.
Twesa maoko ere.
Always welcome.
I want to go to nothing that I want to kuno murise.
Yeah, no, and wow.
Okay. Now what somebody yazo ndandizo is a fake letter, but what do you think that we are starting to get these, because now we don't know what to believe anymore, because at the end of the day we got a letter that record members of parliament, and it was action through, and when we saw this letter here, we're like, what is this happening? And so we're talking about this, we're discussing this.
No, exactly, Nyamashisha. I think my thoughts on this are simply that there's no smoke without fire. I don't care whether it's fake or whatever, because what's very real is that there is a power move that has just been made from some quarter within the Triple C. Whether they're working with the ruling party or not is immaterial. The point is, we have people amongst the movement that have decided to do this. They would rather throw the movement under the bus in order to ascend to leadership, and find ourselves and find the party in a situation where it virtually becomes a ZANU-PF 2.0. Long story short, no time for people like that. And with regards to the situation that's obtaining right now, Nyamashisha, I will say freelance really used the correct analogy of a bully that just keeps beating you up, right? At some point, you are going to have your fill, and whether you like it or not, you're just going to spontaneously react, and you may even surprise the bully. So what I say is, yes, I will find it very educational / informative / the citizens, because political parties are clearly structures that are used to disenfranchise the will of the people in as far as choosing a leadership of their choice. And as far as these moves are concerned, with the singers or Chabangu, we spoke of the tortoise the other night, Uncle Gerard. He is not working alone, and he's got support from within. And the fact that specific letter / fake letter, it speaks volumes. There's never
Right.
any
I've
stress about
seen, you know, promises reposted what Professor Jonathan Moyo had posted, and Promise Mkwananze said, now you have de-escalated to be a Shabangu spokesperson. Prof, you are completely finished. They're not, they are aware of something that we are not aware of, right?
Yeah, no, absolutely. There could be, in fact, there is a lot of movement behind the scenes. Unfortunately, we're not privy to it, and we can only react to it after it has happened, which is why I've basically said, and I'll say it again, I've drawn my line in the sand. Karamchida, an extra person, open up street, please inbox me. I'm there. Karamchida, treasurer, acting organizer, my community with the city very border. I'm there. Please inbox me. I'm fed up. I'm not adapted.
Right. Thank you very much, you know, for that. Right. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're just joining me, thank you very much, you know, for coming through. We are here talking about everything that is going on now in the political scene, or the politics, you know, of Zimbabwe, what is currently obtaining. Here we are. Today, we saw drama in parliament. We saw members of parliament belonging to CCC taking a stand against Mudenda's, you know, recalling of their, you know, colleagues from the CCC political party. You know, right now I've seen a statement that was issued out by Amos, you know, Chibaya, and he was like, you know, he's saying that, you know, he made a comment to the effect that, you know what is happening is a ZANU-PF member wrote a letter, you know, recall to Parliament, and the Parliament accepted, you know, that letter and acted, you know, on it. So we've got an individual here who is one who's being questioned in terms of, you know, who he is, where did he come from, how did he become, you know, this SG, who gave him, you know, that position, who appointed him, you know, to that position. And with this individual now, you know, was doing this, you know, to the political party. He's recalling people that were elected by the Zimbabweans. And, you know, with that, using that section 126, 1K, I mean 129, 1K of the constitution that allowed for the recall of members of parliament on the basis that they are no longer members of the political party as per their, you know, constitution, blah, 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 blah. But we are seeing now a sort of rising, you know, a sort of tension rising moments that are now obtaining, you know, in Zimbabwe. And I'm seeing some people now are saying that now the time is ripe. Now the time is good. This is the time for people, you know, to take a stand. We cannot allow this, you know, to happen. We cannot allow, you know, our democracy to be trampled upon, you know, like this. We made a choice. We chose, you know, these people. How can somebody who's unknown just come from nowhere with, you know, and start to be recalling, you know, people? And we are seeing everything that is now, you know, going on, and it can spell one thing, that all is not well, and people are slowly or are beginning to get fed up. We are hearing calls for people to go into the streets, and we're hearing calls, you know, to make a stand. We saw Beatrice Mtetwa out there. She was on her own holding a placard telling Shabangu to respect our vote, to respect the democracy, to move from outer space and say, I want to put that one out, I want to put that one out, I want to put that one on. No, it can't. Right. So we're talking about, you know, this thing, you know, legitimate, and even Pastor Jonathan Moy said, you know, that, but promises, no, you can't be, you know. So I want to believe there's something that is going on, something that we do not even know that, you know, this is going on. Well, I await, you know, to see that. Padare, take the mic. You were not speaking. Now you are speaking. I can hear you now.
Yeah. You know, what I find very problematic is people who come up here and dismiss this person, but yet all of these people say citizens are important. Is he a lesser citizen? From what you are saying, I could hear AJL saying, oh, this nobody, citizen is a nobody. Are you not discriminating against citizens? And yet you all say citizens matter in your movement. It is actually hogwash for people to come up and dismiss this individual, and yet you say it is the people and the citizens, or the citizens that, let me use your choice of words, it is the citizens that matter in your political formation. An unhappy citizen has acted in your political formation. Now he ceases to Nelson Chamisa. For me, that's not exciting at all. At all, it's not exciting at all. It actually makes me feel sad. Because if just thinking of that some a whole 5 campaign saying that he's wanting to be a president of Zimbabwe and he was going to do everything that he can to win this election, and he was going to run away from the mighty ZANU-PF, and he's going to come up as a victor. He even said, don't worry about what the courts say. Don't worry about the rigging machine. Don't worry about anything else. This nobody who has become a nobody, a citizen who has become a nobody, throws a pebble towards this political formation that destroyed MDC, and everything is falling apart. And nobody is remaining citizens who are better citizens than this individual has thrown a little stone, and the whole thing is shaking. The whole thing is shaking from a little stone, from an individual, from Bulawayo, Matebeleland. To me, I told you, this guy is a warrior. That generations to come will remember him and say, there was one of our forefathers who stood in time against a dictator who was loved by many and forgot to see the promises that he made to Zimbabweans. He could not deliver them. A man who could sell his soul to the Western nations because of political power and supremacy. I will never be kind. I told you that Chamisa was the weakest of all formations, and I will always repeat it. No, whether you like me or not like me, that's not the matter. What matters to me is, did I play my part? That if people would look back at this time and said, in 2023,
can I ask you a question? Can I
yeah,
put you, to task? You are talking about, this individual who you are saying that is a citizen, who you are saying that is being, people are not willing to hear him, and because they are referring to him as a lesser, citizen. And we are seeing, people are seeing what this citizen, you might think that is only, but that citizen is a pebble that has got a whole big stone, building. That is, that is.
well, then ask
Okay,
yourself.
I said, hang on, right? So this. Everybody that